What is going on, guys? Chip here. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG online video, where today we're going to be taking a look at the deck that Daniel Altavia used to win the recent Memphis Regional Championships this past weekend. A new take on GasKan, utilizing a couple really cool techs that we'll talk about. Really just kind of the main cool tech here being Chimecho. We'll get into this here in just a second. But yeah, huge congrats to Danny. It's his 5th regional championship win, which is just a crazy accomplishment. So congrats to him there. I know he's a guy who's kind of surrounded in controversy from time to time, but this is definitely a great accomplishment. So congrats to him. So let's go ahead and take a look at, this typical Malamar deck, really similar to GasKan that we saw Rukan do really well with and get second place with in Philadelphia, with a couple of tweaks. One of those, of course, being Chimecho. Kind of the secret tech coming into the weekend, 70 HP basic psychic type Pokemon with Bell of Silence. 10 damage, just 10, but your opponent can't play any Pokemon that has an ability from their hand during their turn. So I think most people would agree that the main issue that Malamar decks have is that they do have a harder time against these Zoroark decks. So what Chimecho can allow us to do is just hide behind Chimecho, use Bell of Silence, limit them from getting Pokemon with abilities in play, things like Zoroark, things like Tapu Lele, things like Magcargo, or Lycanroc. All of these things all have abilities that are played with Zoroark. And this can really allow us to just hide behind the Chimecho and get our board set up. And if they KO the Chimecho with something like a Tapu Lele, I think that's one of the responses I hear from a lot of people is like, oh, if they just start Tapu Lele, they'll just KO the Chimecho. But if they do that, that automatically, instantly gives us access to Moon's Eclipse GX, lets us get 2 prizes on the Lele and be immune. So we'll see if we can maybe pull off a combo like that in this video. But yeah, other than that, everything is pretty standard. 4/4 Malamar, the 1 Necrozma, 1 Dawnwings, 2 Marshadow here, the GX, wanting that to be the attacker. We've also got Marshadow with Let Loose as Disruption. Deoxys here with Power Blast, so we can stream 1 prize attacks, as well as Mimikyu with Copycat. Copycat can be useful. One of the other interesting techs that they played this weekend was the Oricorio here with Vital Dance. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. So this can just help us get energy attachments, help us find energy to discard. So I like that Oricorio made its way into the deck. Casual Slap, probably not going to come into play, but you never know what could happen. So let's go ahead and expand it here. We'll take a look at the rest of what we are working with. 3 Acro Bikes, an Escape Rope kind of as a tech option. Get a little bit of a switch effect in there if you need it. This is good against things like Sylveon, which I think a lot of people were expecting to play, to see play this weekend. Maybe could have played a natural switch over Escape Rope, but a lot of times Sylveon will have something on the bench anyway. We've got the 1 copy of Friend Ball. All of our deck is Psychic, so Tapu Lele is a really popular Pokemon, of course Garbodor as well, so should be able to search out anything with Friend Ball most of the time, and then, against the Buzzwole decks we can always use Friend Ball to get Marshadow out of the deck. Mysterious Treasure searches for the whole deck, except for Marshadow. Nest Ball can get us all of our basic Pokemon. Stretcher to help us stream our attackers to keep getting these things back, like if we need to just be streaming Deoxys over and over again, Stretcher helps us do that. 4 Ultra Ball to help us find Pokemon. Ultra Ball and Treasure, of course, are also used to get those energies into the discard pile. 4 Cynthia, 4 Lillie, and 3 Guzma to round out the supporter count here. And then 4 Escape Boards, just giving us that mobility that we may need. And there is the deck, guys. Congrats once again to Danny, and we're going to go ahead and hop over and see if we can get this deck in action. I've got a 7-game win streak. I didn't even realize that, so let's hopefully we can maybe keep this rolling here and win a couple of games with Danny's winning list from Memphis. And guys, if you are new to the channel, definitely be sure to subscribe so you can see more videos like this one. Also, be sure to leave a like on this video if you enjoy the content. So we're going up against a grass colorless water deck, so not sure at all what this could be, honestly. Maybe something with Golisopod. I'm not sure what the water type would be. There is the unit energy that utilizes both water and grass typing, so maybe something with that. Some kind of wacky rogue deck it looks like here in our first game of the video. We do start Mimikyu, not the worst. Going second, starting Mimikyu is not bad because you can always filch, draw a couple cards. We may have to Lele this turn 1 if we can't find a supporter with the Acro Bike. And we will click Done. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. Well, let's Acro Bike first. I guess we'll just ditch the Marshadow for now, just to value setup. We can stretcher it back later if we want to. We'll go Ultra Ball. These things. Get Deoxys. Oh, no, we have to get Lele with this. Okay, I messed up a little bit with what I was thinking, my thought process. So we have to get Lele with this, and we have to get Inkay. Okay. For some reason, I was thinking I could get an Inkay and a Deoxys. I think we can actually just go ahead and get a Deoxys. We should be able to find an Inkay. I want to get an attachment to Deoxys, and I'll draw more cards with Lillie by doing this. We'll draw 7 here as opposed to drawing 6, so I think that's pretty good. And there's still 3 Inkays in the deck, plus the Ultra Balls, the Treasures. So we should be able to find some here. Found at least one. We'll Acro Bike first, though. Nice. So we can take that. That's pretty good. We have a Cynthia to follow up next turn. We'll actually just get rid of an Escape Board here. Keep the Psychic Energy so we can have an attachment from hand next turn. That's a pretty good looking turn 1 if you ask me. And we'll pass it over to my opponent's side. So what is their water type gonna be? Heracross, definitely an interesting Pokemon with guts. If it would be knocked out, damage from an attack, flip a coin. If heads, this Pokemon is not knocked out and its remaining HP becomes 10. So hopefully, for their sake, they're good at flipping some heads. Hopefully for our sake, they are not, and we can take some knockouts on this thing. This could be a very annoying deck to play against, though. So nothing from my opponent yet. I'm really curious what their water types could be. Like, I'm sure they're probably trying to utilize the unit energy. They might be like mixing attackers or something like that. Here comes a Shrine of Punishment, so it's going to start taking away at Lele, which is unfortunate. Ultra Ball as well. Going to get rid of... Okay. Alolan Ninetales. Okay, so it's just sort of maybe like a Walls deck. Use Heracross against things that Ninetales isn't good against, I guess. They have to instruct for 3, though, on their opening turn. So they definitely have a much slower start than we did. Let's see if they find a supporter. They can retreat and beacon. Oh, no, this thing has 2 retreat. Okay. But they did find a Lillie, so they've got some options. Here comes another Heracross. Alright, let's hope for some tails, folks. We'll just start off with the Acro Bike. I guess we'll take the Cynthia. Lillie is less valuable now. I guess we probably can just put this on here. And Cynthia. I feel like my game is like lagging out a little bit for some reason. We could escape rope, but I'd rather just knock out the active thing. So we'll just put it on Deoxys. And hopefully he flips the tails. Let's see it. Yeah, this deck gets turn 2 Power Blast like insanely consistently. Okay, so he doesn't get knocked out. Nice. That's great. Luckily, we can just Psychic it, though. We don't even have to recharge. We can recharge to something else, which is good. Hustle Belt. Okay, so he can do 80? No, it does 60 more, so he can do 110. Still not quite enough to knock out Deoxys, though, so that's good. That's good. Yeah, putting this Lele down is really going to hurt. Does 50. We have to switch. Okay, sure. I like that. That actually helps me, honestly. I know we're going to Psychic, but we can just put the energy on it so we can do other things. We don't have anything that like hits through effects or anything, do we? I don't think so. I don't really want to play any of these other cards down. I want to hold this just in case he plays like a blower. So see if we can find an energy, maybe another Deoxys. There's Necrozma. There's a Malamar, so that's pretty good. Just one Psychic Energy, though. And we'll just go with Psychic here. Alright. This guy's got a lucky coin. Cynthia. Yeah, this deck needs like an energy attachment every single turn. So if we can keep him from doing that, that would be nice. Hustle Belt on this too. Man, the Hustle Belt's coming in. Nest Ball down another Heracross. He's just going aggro Heracross here. Sure. So we could like Guzma take a knockout on this. I really just want to knock this out. Like we should be able to manage that, right? We can Lillie +1. Well, we get like a guaranteed hit on one of these things, or we knock one of these two things out. So I guess like Escape Rope here is not bad, and then we can Lillie for one more. So we go ahead and Escape Rope. So yeah, he has to send up something we can either knock out or something we can get a free hit on. So we have 2 turns basically to knock one of these things out before they become a threat. Before they can attack, I guess I should say. But then he could just let us knock one out and then power a clean one up on the bench. Then we can maybe like Guzma to do something about that. Yeah, he's just gonna send this up. Yeah, we want a Lillie. Draw 2. There's a Psychic Energy, that's good. We could Marshadow, but I don't think we want to do that. We have Stretcher plus Energy, so that means we can attack with Power Blast next turn if this does get knocked out somehow. So there we go, take a knockout. Tails, nice. So we do get a knockout. He'll be able to get a knockout, but then we can try to come up and also get a knockout. Words are fun. Okay. Here comes a Lillie. Do we still have to bring something active for the switch? Yeah, we do. That's funny. So it gets knocked out on our bench actually, and then that's pretty funny. Okay. So we definitely want to do this. And we could Guzma take a knockout. We could just try to knock this out. We could Guzma hit this one, try to knock it out, but then he has like 2 set up. I think we should just try to take a KO here if we can. Like he's not going to be able to knock out this Deoxys. So even after a lot of tails, the trade is pretty favorable. And we can thin out and try to draw a couple cards with Lillie. I think we want to Ultra Ball away. Probably just Marshadow and Necrozma. Get the other Deoxys. Lillie for 4. We did attach this turn. And we will come up and Psychic. This one Heracross has stayed alive for so many turns. He's going to just take a knockout on this Lele because we had to use it turn 1. Okay, so he's going to Guzma. He's just going to go ahead and take the prize on Lele. Okay. Wait, no, it doesn't even knock it out. I'm not really quite sure. He's just like speeding up the clock, I guess. And we can maybe just get a knockout on this. If he flips the tails here, that's huge. Yes, nice. Because that one would have gotten Hustle Belt activated. We could have Cynthia that turn, but I wanted to keep the Psychic Energy in my hand, so I guarantee have a Power Blast next turn if I need it. Like, if we had flipped Tails there... Well, I guess it's at 100, so we can Psychic it anyway, but I think holding the hand is fine, so we have Guzma as well. So he does play that Unit Energy we were talking about. He's going to pitch us away. So we could Guzma knock this one out with the Queen Deoxys. That seems pretty good, honestly. It's got 3 energy on it. Lele is going to go down, but then we'll be even on prizes. Yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and do that. Take this KO. Unfortunately, Tapu Lele can't heal itself. And then this is his only thing that can attack, which we can just Psychic into. And yeah, my opponent's just going to scoop after that. Okay, so interesting deck, honestly, for my opponent, but we were able to just take the knockout. Even though they were going to knock out our Lele, I think they just felt like they didn't have much of a chance left there. Which, I don't know, it's tough because everything in their deck requires 2 attachments, and their damage cap is so low. Heracross only does 50, Ninetales does 80, so like that deck seems really good against all the EX or GX decks, but there's a lot of one-prize decks in the format right now that you have just a hard time against, I feel like. Getting all kinds of rewards here just right off the bat. First game, doesn't even matter. Also, for anyone who doesn't know, the ladder did get reset. Full Art Guzma at the end of the ladder, so definitely make sure you play the game a lot this month and try to get yourself a Full Art Guzma. I know I'm going to be trying to get it. Rainbow Jim here playing a Dark, Psychic, and a Lightning deck. We're going to win the flip. Choose to go first. Okay. This has 1 retreat, doesn't it? Yeah, so we just start this. Not going to do anything else until my opponent does their stuff. Not going to bench any of this. We're going first anyway, so... Okay, looks like it's Weavile Garb. With a How. Psychic and Dark Energies in the deck. Okay. So, Marshadow not good. We want to not bench this if we can afford it. Afford to. So we'll see what they choose as their active. We'll take both of the mulligans. Not great mulligans. Oh man. Ultra Ball. We'll take it. Prize to Deoxys. We can honestly, I kind of think I just want to Marshadow and then try to find a supporter. There's a chance we kind of brick off of that, though. No, we can still Lillie for 4 and then Marshadow. And we have a Malamar next turn if we find an Inkay here. I think we'll just Lillie. Not too sure about that. We did get an Ultra Ball, though, so that's good. I think we will go ahead and use Marshadow here. All 4 Inkay in the deck, or all 4 Malamar in the deck. Yeah, Marshadow turn 1. This deck seems like it could probably be a little clunky, so... It does put an ability in play, I guess. Maybe could have thought of that. Oh, we did just get rid of the Lele, didn't we? Maybe not. Maybe that wasn't good. We can actually retreat, and then we can get a... Well, we can always retreat Escape Rope next turn, I guess. No reason to not leave this active, I guess. So he has to Kukui turn 1. Okay, so he got 2 basics, and he plays Hoopa. Okay. So we can... I don't know what to do. We can go get a Malamar, get rid of this, attach a recharge, and then Escape Rope Shadow Punch this for 30. Hypnosis, put something to sleep. We could retreat Escape Rope and then use Marshadow to attack with something, but I guess we could Filch. Yeah, we'll do that. Because if he's going to probably bring the... He'll probably bring this active, and then it can't attack next turn. So yeah, then we don't even need an energy on this, which is good. I guess he could bring this up, which would be a little scary. Yeah, he's gonna do that though. We'll hold this energy because we want to be able to maybe attack with something. Okay. Probably haven't played this the smartest setting up, but we'll see what we can work with what we've got. Could have attached the active to like have an option to maybe copy something next turn, or set up for the Dawn Wings attack, but I doubt he'll be able to move this. Cynthia. I guess there's really no reason not to just go ahead and attach to this. Okay, so it looks like just like a Coco Hoopa Garbodor deck. Coco Hoopa Garbodor Weavile, I guess. So Nest Ball, maybe another Trubbish. Gonna get a Sneasel. Okay. Okay, that's a good top deck. We're just gonna Cynthia, because if we can draw something that can attack this, that'd be better. Friend Ball getting some value, that's good. He doesn't really have much, I'm sure. He didn't even get an energy last turn. He would have attached one, I'm sure, if he had one. We can't knock this out in one hit, but we can start hitting it. I guess we could Shadow Punch it, and then maybe he takes an ability out of play, and then we can still look to Power Blast next turn if we just get an energy or a supporter. And then if he does knock this, like, I would rather him knock this out than anything else on my field. Cynthia. We could have also just, like, Psychic, or, like, Power Blasted, I guess, because we do have Guzma in hand. He's going to go ahead and attach to this, so if we can get another energy. We got 2 in the discard, so we just need an energy from hand. We could knock this out. Rule of Evil, that's not good. So what are our plays? Definitely want this. Yeah. And next turn we can Psychic knock it out. He may just retreat this, though, and... I don't know. I guess doing this as well means that he'll knock it out with Rule of Evil, which is good. Plays a How. Not too sure about that. He must already play, like, 4 Cynthia, 4 Lillie, or whatever. We'll just send this up. We just had one more energy, which we could get, but then we put another Malamar in play. I guess he's probably not playing the other Weavile, but then he can just knock out both Malamars at once, which isn't good. But I guess if he does that, he's knocking out his Hoopa. We're already taking this out. How many items? I'm sure more than enough for him to knock out Deoxys and Psychic Weak Marshadow. Okay, so we'll Ultra Ball. I don't think we're ever going to put these in play for sure. I think we are just going to go knock this out. Maybe we should just knock this out. Because, like, these can't deal with Deoxys. And then if he does attack with this, he knocks this out. Yeah, I don't know, guys. We could also just, like, Psychic the active so that we have an immediate knockout to this. Because it does 20 plus, right? 20, 40, 60, 80, minus 20, more than enough. Not a lot more than enough, but more than enough. I guess Tapu Cure with Marshadow could be good. Psychic, then he comes up, Rule of Evil. And then I knock it out, then he Rule of Evils, knocks out both Malamar. That might be what we're looking at. We maybe should have, like, just knocked this out so we could try to get 2 knockouts out of... Like, if he gives us a prize, that's really good, which he would probably do at some point. So, even, like, knocking out a Sneasel, maybe, would have been better than knocking that out. But we do save the Guzma. Probably would have been as good of a time as any to use it. Yeah, Shrine of Punishments. So, this is definitely going to go down at some point. Starting a GX just, like, always feels bad with this deck. Okay, so here comes a Garb. Oh, yeah, he can also just knock this out, so that kind of does play around that, I guess. And we prized our other one, so we can't, like, treasure for it. We already used Mimikyu as well. We can attach a Psychic to the active and Copycat Trashalanche. Oh, that's actually not even enough to knock out. No. 20, 40, 60, 80. We could go get Dawn Wings and GX. Oh, no, it's right there. We could GX with Marshadow, but we'd have to Guzma something. Retreat, Guzma-GX. As good a time as any, I guess. That's probably what we need to do, honestly. Go ahead and do this, so we have an option for that. That becomes a retreater option. And we'll Moon's Eclipse GX. Yeah, if we can take at least 2 prizes with Marshadow, it's like, you know, get pretty good value out of it. Lillie next turn is also, like, not the worst. Coco. Okay, so he's gonna go with a Flying Flip this turn. Then we just knock this out with Dark Flash. Oh, he's actually... Does he know we GX'd? Oh, that's probably a pretty big mistake. He definitely wanted to save that. We don't need Deoxys this turn, so we'll just Lillie here. Because if we get one off the prizes... Yeah. Is there even any Psychics in the discard? There is 2, so I guess we could double recharge to a Deoxys. Go ahead and get that set up. That's fine. We do have the other Stretcher, I think, in the deck still, so... Just prepping this is probably our best option. If we had one more energy, maybe we should have treasured and dug for it. I didn't even think about that. Oh, we could have attacked with this. We could have Psychic Sphere knocked this out. But he's actually not going to be able to like knock out Marshadow right away, so I don't hate just Dark Flashing. Like, because we can Dark Flash next turn too. We might, if we get 3 prizes with Marshadow, that's just like perfect value. Like if you take 2 prizes with it, they take 2 prizes, then it's like an even trade. But if we can go positive with it, we're getting more value out of it. Okay, so he plays both Weaviles. I guess I could have assumed that. Yeah, I guess I could have assumed that. We're gonna really need to take our other Deoxys here, or be able to find our thing. He plays TV Reporter, so that's interesting. Also, could have Field Blowered, which would have potentially messed us up, but we do luckily have an Escape Board in hand to still get around that. Okay, another Malamar 2040. He's not even knocking out this, so we're not gonna give him another Pokemon. We'll double recharge. We could Cynthia. I guess we can Lillie to +1. We can even Escape Board this. We can Lillie +2. Oh, we should have put one of these energy here. I don't know. Back-to-back Power Blasting's pretty good as well. There's the other Deoxys. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. I guess we could, if we were gonna put 4 energy here, we should have put an Escape Board like here. Because if this somehow gets knocked out, like if he goes Kukui, Weavile, Dark, and knocks us out, that's like not gonna be good. Nest Ball. So yeah, my opponent plays some interesting supporters, for sure. Kukui. So if he finds Dark Energy plus a Weavile, he'll be able to knock us out. See if he has it. Then we're in a tough spot. I definitely should have had this Escape Board here, or put an energy here if I was going to Escape Board the active. Now we might just be kind of stuck. Okay, there's this attachment. That's good, that's good. Three energy down. Flying Flip, perfect. So now we don't care about putting another Malamar in play. We just want to thin our deck out as much as possible so we can try to Guzma for the game next turn if he puts something up that Deoxys can't knock out. Treasure away this. For this. Yeah, Guzma in deck. +4 energy. Yeah, he's just gonna scoop. Okay, perfect. There we go. There's a couple wins. Getting it done with Danny's updated GasKan. We didn't get to show off the Chimecho, unfortunately. I do think Chimecho is very cool. It definitely is very good against all of the Zoroark decks, so definitely give this deck a try. Congrats once again to Danny. Guys, let me know what you think about the deck. And let me know if you get anybody with that Bell of Silence into the Moon's Eclipse GX play. If you do, I'd love to hear about it. We got a couple locked things we can open up real fast. Looks like I have a locked Sun and Moon base pack. Let's see if we can get an Ultra Ball, maybe. Full Art Ultra Ball, Full Art Rare Candy. Lots of cool things. Oh, is Rare Candy? Rare Candy's in Guardians Rising, I think, actually. I'm not sure. Let's see. Boom. It's not in this pack, though, that's for sure. And we just got the chest, so we'll open that up. Ooh, backwards card. It's a rare. It is a Meowstic, so not very exciting, but guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, as always, and shout out, congrats once again to Danny. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to get out of here, and until next time, take care.